Good evening, CCA parents. This presentation is for Back to School Night Fall 2020. Who am I? My name is Victoria Sanchez, and teachers and students at CCA call me Profe Sanchez. About me, I was born in Spain, in Madrid, and I lived there until I was 8 years old, and then I moved to this uh, small coastal town named Huelva. I lived there for 10 years with my family until I moved to Seville to study there. Here you have some pictures of my hometown. It's really well known because of its food, flamenco, and small villages where you can visit and enjoy nature. When I was 18, I moved to Seville to study at university there. It's where actually I met my husband, Drew. He came to study in Seville for a year. And in 1998, we got married and moved to Michigan. There, I taught at U of M for 3 years. And in 2001, I moved to San Diego. In San Diego, I taught 1 year at San Diego State. After teaching 1 year in San Diego State, I decided to pursue my teaching credential and become a high school teacher. The first school I taught in was Torrey Pines. Then CCA was founded in 2004, and I came to CCA in 2005. I decided to come to CCA, and I can proudly say that I taught the first AP Spanish class at CCA. My agenda for today, it's as you can see, this one. I'm going to talk about my schedule, the differences between last spring and now. I'm going to talk a little bit about attendance, our Google Classroom. I will give a glimpse of a lesson plan and how my classes are when I'm teaching them, how your student is going to be graded, a little bit about homework, quizzes, and academic honesty policy, and also peer tutoring. If at the end of this presentation you have any concerns, please reach me at victoria.sanchez@sduhst.net. So here you can see my schedule. I have office hours before and after school. I can send, your student can send me messages. We can communicate through email, or we can also set Google meetings like one-to-one and talk about a test, homework, any clarification. On Mondays, because we have staff meetings, I will probably reach your student later that evening, but the rest of the times I will be available before and after school. Here you have an example about how different last spring and now is in our schedule. You can see how different the content is. Live instruction, independent student work, attendance, bell schedule, and letter grading. You can find this info in our district website if you want to read more about it. But as you can see, there are a lot of differences, so please be aware of that. Attendance policy now is about being engaged or not and being absent. So I always encourage to have your students' cameras on because I think it's better for them. They have less distractions, and let me know if your student is going to be absent, so I can be in contact in case he's or she's going to miss a quiz, classwork, and so on. The website that I use for my classes, where I post homework, where I post like dates for quizzes, projects, and stuff like that is Google Classroom. So here we have our Spanish 5 classroom. So here, the stream is where I post my agendas, the stuff that we are doing. So, for example, today, it's September 8th, I posted the agenda, the stuff that we did today in class. And students have access every day to these agendas. And of course, I do that because I want them to review the info that we saw that day in class. If you go to classwork, is here where I post homework, classwork, and videos for them to review grammar. Not only I have videos and classwork and homework, I have the syllabus, I have different resources. They can go and access to the Google Drive, a calendar where I have all the agendas and info about the AP test and the textbooks online. So that's my Google Classroom where students can go and find materials. This is an example of a lesson plan. That's how I kind of like build my classes. So I start with a question for them to answer. And then I go and I asked individually to different students. Then we have some kind of like introduction. We have like videos, we have questions, we have reflections, and I post the homework at the bottom with links for that day. So this is more or less what I have as an example for a lesson plan. This is how your student is going to be graded. I have different stuff like quizzes, projects, activities with audios and readings, oral presentations like essays and emails to write, and homework classwork. Also, I will underline the importance of academic honesty policy. Please make sure that your students, whatever they write and say, is their work and it's not somebody else's, or they are using translators. It's really important that they understand what own production, when they do their own work, means. The last thing that I'm going to talk about is about peer tutoring. This is a service that we have at CCA, and it's about students helping other students that maybe are struggling or they need extra help in any class. These classes can be like math, Spanish, like I said, any class, any subject, and they are students helping other students. Well, this is my presentation for tonight. I hope that you enjoy it. And again, if you have any questions regarding my class, or you need to clarify anything, please let me know. Email me. That's the best way to reach me. Thank you so much, and have a great night.